When was the last time you saw a knife design that you absolutely had to have? How's it going, everybody? I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. And if you have a knife in mind that you saw it online and you just knew, let me know what it was in the comments section down below. And while you're down there, I hear that the like button has been talking a lot of smack. So just give it a little tappy tap, show it who's boss. Today we're talking about the Luft Designs, Luft Concepts. It's the Luft Avant. It's been shortened to AVNT, but it was originally released under the name Avant. And so that's what I'm going to call it because I just don't want to say AVNT the entire episode. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, here it is, the Luft Avant, spelled AVNT, but apparently it is, in fact, still called the Avant. Now, I know many of you are not big fans of unboxings, but when you get this knife, I did want to point out the pouch, and I'm going to show you why, because this pouch is actually really cool. The first thing you'll notice is that it comes with a Luft Ranger eye, and then you also get this loop right here so that you can put other Ranger eyes on it. And when I saw that, I had a feeling that this was going to be more like an EDC pouch than just the generic pouch you normally get knives in. You do get this nice Luft sticker as well as this really cool Luft cleaning cloth. That's pretty standard. And when you look inside, you do get the knife. Now, I do kind of wish that they had added just one more pocket like up here, and it would have made it a legitimate carry pouch for EDC. Shout out if you have a EDC carry pouch. Let me know in the comments section down below, actually. Do you have a pouch? And if so, which one do you have? The most important thing, however, is the knife itself. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a huge fan of the wire clips that come on knives, especially not on knives like this. And so this one did get replaced with the Lynch Northwest Spyderco wire replacement clip. Honestly, for 20 bucks, it's kind of a must. Now, this design is absolutely gorgeous to me, and I know that it might not be for everybody, but when I saw this, I just knew. I knew. Every now and then you see something and you know that you got to have it. Here it is. So check this out. We've got titanium scales, M390 blade, titanium hardware. The clip that comes with it, I'm pretty sure, is titanium, but also reversible. They actually do put an extra screw as a form of a thread protector, I guess, in the other one that you're not using. It's got a zirconium backspacer and zirconium pivot collars. Wow. Listen, we're not used to getting zirconium on knives from the manufacturer without paying like $500-600 bucks. We're just not used to that. Now, this knife is another iteration. The original one was in micarta, and now you can get it in titanium. If you go to eKnives, you can actually get that one with Zircotai pivot collars and a Zircotai backspacer, which I think is pretty sweet. But that one is $450. A big surprise there, right? Now, in this case, this one is $350. You can find it at DLT.com, DLT Trading. I will put a link in the description. But if you want to spend even less, you can get the micarta version. If titanium isn't your jam, you can find the micarta version at Blade HQ. I'll also list that one as well. Something that I'm really, really digging is the satin grind. So you've got directional satin grind where it's horizontal from the tang of the blade all the way up here on this flat. And then on this hollow grind, it's vertical. That is absolutely stunning. I'm going to try to capture that. It's kind of hard to capture, but in person, I'm telling you, it looks bananas. Absolutely bananas. It is a liner lock, and some people are going to poo-poo on that. And I'm here to say that normally I'm one of those people that does prefer a frame lock. However, this knife was not necessarily intended to be a hard-use knife. Luft Designs is from Bearded Gear and his partner, which I apologize, I do forget who the partner is. I feel kind of bad about that. But My point is that they did not intend this to be hard use. They knew exactly what they wanted this knife to be used for, and so they went with a liner lock. A liner lock is going to be good for things like, you know, opening boxes, opening bags, cutting loose threads. 99% of what a knife is used for, this is going to do the trick. For everyone else that wants to baton with their knives, may I suggest a Cold Steel 8015. This is not that. Now, I'm really, really intrigued with this design, but before we continue to go into that, let's go ahead and grab some specs real quick. Overall, it looks like 7.75 on the overall length. On the blade length, we're coming in just shy of 3.5 inches. And as far as the weight, let's go to our scale of truth, my friend Jenny Craig. And it's going to come in at about 4.1 ounces. For a full titanium knife, that's not really a surprise. I like the way that this feels in the hand. The edges are nicely rounded over, and it's got phenomenal ergonomics. Now, something that you'll notice right away is that there is no jimping. And that is a little bit of a bummer because I do like jimping, and I think that this whole spot right here should have been jimping because that is a natural resting spot for your thumb. Now, Bearded Gear did go over this and they said, we just didn't feel like it was necessary because your thumb is naturally locked in there. Okay, I get that. However, because of how well knocked down and polished out that is, it is actually a slick spot. So I am going to say that I would have preferred to see some jimping there. On this front finger cutout, they did a phenomenal job because normally with flippers, you can't get that. However, the way that this is upswept allows for that flipper to be hidden so it's not creating a weird spot on the handle. So you can actually get a pretty decent choked up grip on this thing. I did already mention the flipper. This is running off of a single-sided captive pivot and of course ceramic bearings. You can of course reverse flick this, you know, no problem right there. As far as grip, because of this slope on the handle scale, which might remind you of another manufacturer, it feels really good actually in a reverse ice pick type grip. My favorite grip, however, is going to be a saber grip, a choked up grip. I think that this is perfect for those EDC tasks. The blade shape is it's awesome. Okay, now if you have seen my other videos, you know that I'm a gigantic Spyderco fan. Maybe it comes with living in Colorado, or maybe, you know, I just like it because I like quality. Either way, this blade shape heavily reminds me of Spyderco. In fact, I would go as far as to say that this knife almost looks like a Spyderco, a Strider, and a Koenig Arius all got together and had a child. And when they did, it popped out, and here it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's bananas how good looking this is. The milling pattern on the handle scales is great as well. I really love when it's not just a flat slab titanium handle scale, because when they are like that, they get snail trails really easily. And this is not only going to provide better grip, but it's also going to be more resistant to things like snail trails. Now, when I reached out to Bearded Gear, I said, hey, you know what knives did you take inspiration from? Because let's be honest, there is nothing out there that is completely 100% original that wasn't inspired by something, right? And when he responded, he said, you know, we tried to we like the Koenig Arius, we like the Spydercos, and we also like a little bit of Strider. And after they said that, I couldn't stop seeing it. The subtle swoop on the handle scales down, that looks like a Strider. The blade shape is obviously reminiscent of Spyderco as well as Koenig, and the overall design just being beautiful. It's beautiful. What we lose in jimping, we make up for in this crown spine, and this is a knife that's going to be great for utility cuts, even though it has a bit of a belly at the tip. It's going to be great for those utility cuts. The M390 means that it's going to be holding its edge for a while. The only thing that I really do not like about this knife is the stock pocket clip, which is a wire clip. And I'm going to go over why that was a must for me to replace. Here is the stock pocket clip. Now, ordinarily, if this was a stamped clip, I'd be okay with that because it's a swoop down into a ski jump, and generally that's fine. However, because of the height of this swoop in the hand, you would feel this bump or at least I did, right back here. And it kind of killed some of the ergonomics for me. Again, a Lynch Northwest pocket clip, 20 bucks, and all of a sudden it's perfect. Bearded Gear, Luft Designs, if you guys are watching, do a deal with Lynch Northwest. Make this the standard clip on your knives. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe I'm asking for a whole lot, maybe I'm not, but this is the clip that you should be going with, period. Now, I know that they are coming out with more knives, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they come out with. Before we wrap this up, for all of you who wanted to see what I'm talking about, here it is up against my Spyderco Para 3, which has been modified to be full titanium. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do a Demko AD 20.5. So it's a bit closer in overall length to the AD 20.5, quite a bit longer than the Spyderco Para 3. And as far as the carry profile, it's going to be bang on with my Spyderco Para 3. Which, I mean, Spyderco has done such a phenomenal job making extremely carry-friendly knives. I feel like they really nailed it when they were thinking about the knives that they liked, that they wanted to be inspired by. I love the shape of the handle scales. That Strider-esque swoop at the end is baller. I love the zirconium. Like, come on. When I asked them why zirconium, I was genuinely curious, and they said, because we're material nerds. Thank you. Thank you. I am also a material nerd. If you couldn't tell already, I definitely appreciate that. Overall, this knife is absolutely recommendable. And depending upon which one you want, I'll make sure to leave all the links in the description below. I mean, shoot, I might even put it in a pinned comment, so check for that. But let me know, what do you think of the Luft Avant, the AVNT, full-time micarta? What's your flavor? Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, boo-hoo, there's a button for you too. And if you watched this far along and you're not already subscribed, man, hit that bell button, hit the notification button, hit subscribe. Guys, I cannot wait to rank this knife. This is one of my favorite knives that I've gotten in for review so far, and I think that you would agree as soon as you get your hands on one. I'm Rollshambo. I'll catch you on the flip side.